I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window. I am so thankful you took the time and wanted to quilt with me. We are having so much fun working on our Winter Village Quilt Along. Oh, so many beautiful homes. You guys have been making the most beautiful houses. And can you imagine? We are coming to the end of our journey. Today we're going to be making block number 7, house 18, 19, and 20. Oh, how wonderful. Nice and simple. Just perfect little touch for the last row of our houses. If you're just joining us in, make sure you watch our first video where we started right at the top of the quilt and have been working through all the blocks, and you can visit our blog and our website at laundrybasketquilts.com for any more information about this wonderful project. And if you're just starting it, we're working using the pattern called Winter Village, and I'm going to place that pattern right next to me. I already pulled my page out of the pattern for house 18 because I'm going to use the direction from that pattern to cut my pieces. And if you would like to, we have kits, we have bundles. You can use your own stash and have the most wonderful time working on a wonderful winter village. Also, remember, every Wednesday we're creating a little mini houses inspired by our big houses, and those recipes are posted every Wednesday on our blog. So tune in, go visit our blog, get the recipe, and maybe just make a tiny little house. And I have to tell you, I'm a little partial to this house right here. I could be making dozens and dozens of those for a whole quilt. It was so fun and easy, super cute. So let's do it. House number 18. We're going to start by cutting, and just like we've done it before, we're going through our chart A, B, C, D, cutting all the pieces and laying them out next to me. You're gonna be cutting rectangles in light, square in blue, big square for the roof right here, that's your A. Then you're gonna be cutting rectangles for the house itself and a window. And I by now reusing some of the leftovers from previous houses. This always repeats that 1.5 by 1.5 for the window, so it's super fun, and I feel good by grabbing just any leftovers that I have in light and putting it in a window. To every house I'm sewing a sashing, and my sashing is right here for this house 18. Ready, set, go. I'm gonna begin by placing my dark blue squares with my light window square, sewing it and flipping it open. I'm gonna sew those pieces into one row right here, one row. Let me show you how I did. I have prepared those pieces for you to see it. So look at this. Oh, wonderful. So I sewed it, then I add my rectangle on the right. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, sew it, flip it open. As soon as I finish this part of the house, I'm gonna move on to the top, and I'm gonna go ahead, sew light square with my blue chimney square. Zoom, 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 flip it open. The seam allowance is gonna be pushed towards the blue. I'm gonna finish by adding this rectangle on the other side. Oh, this is really moving nicely along. As soon as I finish the roof, the chimney, a strip right here, the chimney and the two light backgrounds, I'm gonna go ahead and sew it to my roof square. All that I did is place my square right sides together, sew it, flip it open, and I push my seam allowance towards the roof. Then I'm gonna go ahead, place this unit right sides together with my house unit, sew it, flip it open. This time my seam allowance gonna go to the roof. And you know what I did for this house? I changed the color. I did not follow the pattern, just to show you that it is okay to use whatever you have and swap some colors. All that I did is pay attention that my flowers are going up. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the sky right to it, and in no time I'm going to have a beautiful, beautiful house. And do not forget, look at how nice it looks. Do not forget, add that strip on the right side. Pin, 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 sew it using 1/4 inch seam allowance, flip it open, press it, and you have just finished house 18 for the first house in our last row of the houses. So excited. Let's move on and work on our house 19. Are you excited? I'm gonna put that little cutie in front of me. I'm gonna get my pattern. So now I'm gonna be working on a house 19. It's right here. I'm keeping my rotary and a ruler, and I just want to take a second. I'm using my Creative Crits ruler. This is the 4.5 by 12.5, and I have to tell you, it is so convenient for this project because a lot of the pieces are 4.5, 2.5, 1.5. So it's easy to rotate, easy to cut it with this ruler. I really like this size. So right there, I have all my pieces. Let's start. Right, lay them out. Let me grab those. Oh, so exciting. So we have a beautiful roof, and that's a A. And remember what we do. We cut it, we mark it off our list. It's just like a grocery store. I go for now for a B. I need a rectangle. I need a one on the left and one on the right of those beautiful door. Then I need a rectangle that is gonna be on the top of the row door. That's a rectangle C. Then a D door, and I chose the beautiful big floral for that part. I need a sashing, and of course I need a sky. Look at how simple and fun. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start by sewing this to this, so the top of the door or the rectangle that it's on the top of the door, 1/4 inch seam allowance, stitch, 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 really nice. Flip it open, push the seam allowance towards the blue, finish by sewing left and right rectangles. Super fast and simple. I am so happy for you. This is beautiful. Look at this. I just finished sewing this part of the unit, and like I said, we're gonna add the left and the right just by placing it. And you know, did you ever notice it? How do you pin your pins when you're sewing? I like to pin it so they are towards the outside, just like this. I like to pin it this way, just like this. Why do I do that? Because then as I'm stitching, easily I can pull them away. Do you do it this way, or do you do it different way? Oh, I love to hear about that. Now go ahead and place this rectangle on this side. Again, we're gonna pin it, then we're gonna stitch it, and I always do one at the beginning, one in the bottom. Let me repin this. It's gonna bottom me a little bit, and one through the middle. So when I take this to my sewing table, I have a good beginning. I'm gonna start sewing. I'm gonna make sure that everything is lined up, stitch beautifully. As soon as I finish, we're gonna press it open. We're gonna add the roof, we're gonna add the sky, and then we're gonna add the sashing, and in no time you're gonna have a most beautiful house right there. Look at this beautiful, beautiful house. Isn't it great? Another fun, simple, and exciting. And the fabric, it is what it's playing and speaking. And I use 2 different colors for the sky and the sashing, just to give that fun, scrappy feel to the quilt. Oh, this has been just the most wonderful week for me. I hope you're having a lovely week. You know, this week I'm working on one of our new books. We're gonna have a new book with blue and white quilts. Do you want to see a little peek of one of the quilts? Oh, I think you're gonna love this. Look at this gorgeous quilt. Isn't it stunning? Oh, this is just so much fun. This calls Family Tree, and that it is, that family tree right through that middle of the quilt. This is beautiful. The pieces are all laces, one applique piece, and I just fuse them down, stitch around it. This is gonna be just a wonderful, wonderful quilt, and it is coming up in we have it as a pattern, but we're also gonna have in one of our new books. But now back, let's focus. Notice this is our mini from our house 19. So on Wednesday, you can go ahead and tune in for that recipe. 19 and then 20. This is our last one for this for today, for this week. And before we make that mini, let me flip the recipe. This is house number 20 right there. We're gonna go ahead, lay all the pieces, a little bit more pieces, so a little bit more work, but don't you fear, okay? We're gonna start by placing it right there are the A for the roof. Beautiful. Then I'm gonna go ahead and need some more pieces. I'm gonna move this because I don't have enough room. All right, this is this, this is this. This was the door. We're gonna need 2 squares to make the roof. So I right away pay attention to the direction of this delicate print, and remember, you want to place those right away horizontal, so that way when you finish sewing and flip it up, and they're gonna be in the right direction. So those right there. I'm leaving a little space for a chimney area, but right now let's focus on those pieces. I have, oh, this goes over the door right there in the center. This goes on the left and the right. Do you see? It's just, you go right one piece after the other, and you're gonna find them, and you're gonna cut them, you're gonna mark them off your list. And this is what I do, one piece at a time. I keep going. Oh, I'm gonna have a bigger rectangle right there. Super. I have to tell you, the MOA pieces, it's kind of exciting because it's just like a little puzzle, little mini puzzle. So I like working through it, checking where everything goes, matching it up with my pattern, have my brain work and find the different things that I needed for this beautiful project. And right there, we are gonna go ahead and finish all of those pieces right here. I'm missing something. It looks like I'm missing, yep, I'm missing my roof, my chimney pieces. So I'm gonna grab this. All right, so those are my little chimney pieces, 2 rectangle and a 1 square. So right there, all my pieces are ready, set, go. As soon as I finish cutting, I'm gonna go ahead and start my assembly. I'm gonna start by sewing my rectangle right here and here to my chimney square. Sew it, flip it, and make sure you push your seam allowance towards the dark. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place this right side together, sew it, super. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go with for my roof, and I'm gonna draw a line diagonal with my sew line pencil using my ruler. I'm gonna sew it from here to here, stitch it, trim it, flip it open. Let me see if I have one ready, set, go for you. Oh, I think I do. Look at this, already stitched, ready, set, go. I'm gonna go ahead, grab my ruler, just like this, trim it, and trim it again. This is so exciting, so exciting. And I have to tell you, every time I teach my class here, I notice something, how wonderful it is to have a fresh cutting board, and how wonderful it is to use a beautiful rotary with a fresh blade on it. All the cutting, everything is so pleasant when you do that. So maybe this week, treat yourself for a brand new rotary, brand new ruler, nice board, and fresh things up for the spring, because you want to enjoy your journey. Look what I just did. I just finished my roof unit, and this is going to be important. I want to take my time. I'm going to go ahead and place this right sides together, and I want to show you something. When you gently pull this open, notice it, this is gonna be a little bit below right here, because you have to account on stitching with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and your chimney end up on the edge, and this is important. I would pay attention to this part. I would pin it exactly what I want to end up, then pin left and right, because you can gently pull, fix this up, but if this is not matching, it is going to bother you. I know this. Now go ahead to the house and start sewing rows, and I just sew the door row right here. Look at how cute it is. And I have my right and the left side of my house. Let me move this so I can get this right away in front of you. Look at this, right side and a left side of the house. Don't get confused there. Make sure everything looks nice. Press it, all your seams going towards the blues, towards the outside, away from the windows. Then you're gonna go ahead, place this right sides together, pin, pin, sew it, flip it open, go ahead, do the same thing on this side, then add this to this and add a sashing on your right side. You have been just amazing, and can you imagine, we just finished another beautiful, beautiful house. This look like French chateau to me, with this like a low slant, a down low roof. This is beautiful. Oh, this looks just wonderful. I absolutely love it. So as soon as you finish this house, you have finished a house number 20 and block number 7. Block number 7. Sew 3 houses together to complete block number 7, and you are ready, set, go. All that you have to do, block number 8, and we are ready to add borders, touch of applique, and play with some quilting. I am so proud of you and so thankful that you took the time and wanted to quilt with me. And do not forget, join me in on Wednesday for those mini recipes for all our houses. They are so, so cute. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy making those. They're gonna be just wonderful little mini house. This is gonna be beautiful. Thank you so much. Please make sure you visit our website at laundrybasketquilts.com. If you're posting pictures, hashtag them Winter Village Quilt Along. I love to see your progress and repost your beautiful pictures so everybody can enjoy it. And please make sure thumbs up and happy quilting.